Hi everyone, welcome back to the Joe Review, and I thought I'd do a bit of a video on the season so far, now with the October international break. Of course, we've played 8 games in the Premier League, 2 in the Champions League. Premier League, we are only 8th in the table, which is not where we want to be, but we have done a lot better since the September international break. And in the Champions League group, of course, we are top, as it stands. So, if we go back to pre-season, transfer business, we had Tonali coming in from AC Milan, we had Barnes coming in from Leicester, and then a couple of young defenders coming in, Livramento from Southampton, Hove from Chelsea, and then in terms of outgoings, Darlow went to Leeds for $6 million. Of course, he did well at home loan last season, and we managed to get him off the books, which we kind of need to do with the goalkeepers we've got at the club. ASM, we'll let him go for FFP reasons to help with our transfer kitty. Was it 23 million to was it Al Ali he went to? I think we could have got more than that, but there you go. And in terms of loan players, well, there's a few players we were trying to get rid of that were part on loan. Ryan Fraser going to Southampton, Isaac Hayden going to Standard Liège, and Jeff Hendrick going to Sheffield Wednesday. But good news is Hendrick is out of contract next summer, so he will not be a Newcastle player, so we won't need to worry about trying to get rid of him next year. So in terms of on the pitch, we started the season pretty well. We beat Aston Villa 5-1, coming into the game thinking, alright, we beat them 4-0 last season, but they're a much better side under Unai Emery. But what a start of the season that was. On the opening weekend, Barnes, Tonali both scoring on their debuts for the club. Isak getting 2 goals, Wilson scoring on the opening day, as he always does. But after that, we had 3 defeats in a row. We lost 1-0 to Man City, thinking, alright, at least it's out the way. Early doors, trying to go from Alvarez to win the game for them. But then there came the 2 defeats that really hurt. Liverpool at home, probably the defeat that you can argue hurt the most this season, considering we went 1-0 up through Anthony Gordon. Then Van Dijk got sent off. I mean, we had chances to kill that game off and get a second goal. Almiron hit the post, but then just threw it away. Nunes came off the bench, scored 2 goals, and that got the win for Liverpool. But and then after that, the 3-1 defeat against Brighton, worst performance of the season by far so far this season. Evan Ferguson getting a hat trick. Wilson did get one for us at the end, but you're thinking the pressure's now on for us. You know, we've had 3 defeats in our first 4 games, because we're all saying after the September break we'll get easier fixtures, like more winnable games. So I was more nervous coming into these games. But then we beat Brentford 1-0. I think Wilson was unlucky with the disallowed goal. I don't know how that got disallowed, because I'll tell you what, that's one of the so-called the greedy 6, because of what they did with the Super League a few years back. But if that's one of them, the goal gets given. In terms of the penalty, there was debates about should that have been a penalty, should it not. I think it was a penalty, but I'm sure there'll be people who disagree with us. Then Wilson scored that. We'd got another penalty, but VAR overturned it, which was probably the right decision there. And then we started our Champions League campaign away at AC Milan. We got the group of death. You're thinking, alright, away from home, it's more important we don't get beat, and then we'll get some wins at home if we want to get into the knockout stages. AC Milan were probably all over us that game, but there was a chance of thinking, oh, this is going in, but then we just managed to hold on for a 0-0 draw. Defensively fantastic. Pope making save after save. Longstaff nearly won it for us at the end when Mike then saved his shot. And Almiron, by the way, what a block he made for one of their shots as well when he came on for Murphy. And then we went to Sheffield United and only went and scored 8 goals. And it was 8 different goal scorers, which is absolutely crazy. Like, our biggest win in 90 plus years away from home. You're thinking this is more like it. You know, we moved up the table to 8th place. Then we played Man City in the Carabao Cup. And yeah, no, Man City didn't put out their strongest side. Of course, we gave Lucas Smiley his first start because he looked good in pre-season. And Hall, Livramento got their first starts. Livramento, what a performance that was from him in that game. And we won 1-0, Isaac getting the only goal. I mean, yes, it wasn't Man City's best team, but it's still a win over Man City. But of course, we've got Man United away in the next round of the Carabao Cup, a repeat of last season's final. Hopefully this time we will get the better of them, and I can definitely see that with the way they've started their season. But I'm hoping they don't sack Ten Hag before they play that game, or before we play them on the first weekend of December at St James's Park. We'll beat Burnley 2-0 a few days later. Cracking goal from Albion, who's been much better since the international break. And then Isaac scored a penalty to make it 2-0. And then we played PSG. Oh, what a night this was. I was thinking, you know what, why can't we go and beat PSG at home? Because we're beating Barcelona at home, we're beating Juventus at home. If we look back to our last couple of Champions League campaigns, like PSG are the biggest team in the group. Why can't we beat them at home? And wow, what a night it was. My first ever time watching the Champions League game live. You know, Almiron put us 1-0 up after Isaac had a shot saved by Donnarumma. Then Dan Burn made it 2-0. You know, it was a long wait for the goal because I was wondering, had it gone in the net? I think the flag for offside, but it was such a nervy wait. But thankfully, then the referee gave the goal. It was 2-0. There's no offsides in the build, and what a moment was for him. And then Longstaff made it 3-0 early in the second half. Good ball from Trippier, and that's a good finish from Longstaff. Donnarumma got a touch but couldn't keep it out. Hernandez did get one back soon after that for PSG, but then Shaw, what a finish from him after 1-2 with Murphy to make it 4-1. And people will say, oh, it's just the money, etc. You gotta remember, Almiron, Longstaff and Shaw were all playing under Steve Bruce. Like, Longstaff and Shaw, the two players that stand out, that played really well under Rafa Benitez, went downhill under Steve Bruce, but have been much better under Eddie Howe. And then Dan Burton, like, put it this way, people were laughing at us for signing him when we did in that relegation battle just after they took over. And also, just to make it more special, you know, he's obviously come out and said years ago that when the takeover happened, he thought that's my chance of playing for Newcastle gone. But you know, 20 years, you know, he was released in 2003 when we last played just after we last played the Champions League, coincidentally, and he's going, and then when we're back in the competition, he's netting our first home game. And Mbappe, we kept him quiet as well. Like, the only thing I saw him do was one cross into Dembele, put it wide. Lascelles as well, been much better as well since he came back in the side, because you know, you hope that with strength, you know, people are less worried about, you know, strength and depth. You know, we've got Lascelles as well as Botman and Cher. Dummett did well against Man City, so if he does come in, then that gives us more confidence that he can do a job. I mean, I don't think he'll be left back anymore, Paul Dummett. Yeah, I think maybe just a case of, you know, he just hasn't got legs for it, you know, all these injuries he's been getting. And at the weekend we drew 2-2 with West Ham away from home. Not a bad point because West Ham started well this season. They lost only to Liverpool, Man City. You know, it supposedly keeps the unbeaten run going, and it's a point away from home. Souček gave them the lead. I mean, Pope, Lascelles should have been doing better there, but then Isaac scored. twice in quick succession in the second half. You're thinking, right, we're going to go and win this. But then Kudus came off the bench with a cracking goal to level things up later on, and then West Ham did come close to winning it. But points not bad away from home. And of course, after that international break, we've got Crystal Palace to come to St James's Park, but obviously got the cup game against Man United, and then the 2 Champions League games against Borussia Dortmund. I mean, I'm a bit annoyed the away games at 5:45 kick off, but suppose what again, like the AC Milan game was, but what can you do? And then Wolves away after that. Mind you, I mean, we usually draw away to them, but hopefully we can go there and get a win. But it won't be easy. I mean, they've also beaten Man City themselves recently. And then we've got Arsenal at home, our next game, where fans, which will be, how do I describe it? Not too annoyed if we get beat, as long as it's not like a hammering, or if we get beat in the last minute, or don't throw away a lead, for example. And then of course Bournemouth away before the November international break. But let us know what you think of the season so far. Where do you think we'll finish as it stands? How do you think we'll do in the Champions League and other cup and the Carabao Cup? Obviously we don't enter the FA Cup until January, but we'll get past Man United, and if we do, can we win the cup? I certainly think we can, if we can get past them lot. But that's pretty much all I've got to say. Don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, check out my social media pages in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.